Here is the bet that I'm staking my whole business on. Over the next few years, people are actively going to seek out real, genuine humans over AI content, because AI is simply going to churn out more and more content. Endless 6 out of 10 LinkedIn posts, faceless YouTube channels, poor quality cold emails, and scripts that simply don't have that magical touch. And this is what is happening already in the marketing space. AI is there, available for everyone at a very low cost. So more and more poor content is not going to make you win. It actually makes you invisible. The way to stand out is to flip it all around. Be a human, tell your story, show your passion and your beliefs, and why you actually do like running your business. AI in effect becomes a mask. It limits the real you, and it hides everything that makes you and your business stand out in the world. And people can definitely feel the difference. A quick bit of context on why I'm informed in the marketing world and this point of view. We are the #1 partner of Daniel Priestley's Score app. I have spent the last 4 years, since 2022, building funnels for hundreds of B2B founders and businesses. However, in the last 6 months, I've seen a major change. My co-founder and I turned a single YouTube channel with no paid ads or promotion into £30,000 of monthly recurring revenue. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to deep dive into the exact playbook and system that allowed us to achieve this. How we turned a founder's face into real clients. But before we dive into the system and show you how it works, I need to show you that it does work. We did not offer content engines as a service until we could prove that it will work in real life for ourselves. This is my co-founder Mitch's channel. We only started it 6 months ago. And this single channel is booking us over 20 booked calls every single month. And from those calls, we have closed £30,000 of monthly recurring revenue. And that is just solely from his YouTube content. We have run a marketing agency for over 4 years, and we have never seen results like this. So how does a founder turn a camera into actual paying clients? There is a framework that Daniel Priestley attributes most of his success and rise over the past few years to. And it's the backbone of everything we build here. It's 3 parts: short form, long form, lead form. It sounds simple, but let's work through it. Let's work backwards. Let's start with the lead form. The lead form, as you already may know, is the conversion point. All it needs to be for this system to work is the logical and rational next step from someone who watches a YouTube video, understands what you sell. What is the next easiest logical next step? We don't need to go around the houses. We don't need to rip up a business plan. We don't need to create a crazy offer. Someone likes you, how can they book in a call, or how can they register their interest? So a couple of things that we naturally do here. Easy, book a call for the high intent, but a scorecard works very well here, and we'll dive into that later. The scorecard basically attracts a slightly wider range of people who might not be ready to book in that call and ready to buy right now. Long form video is almost the magic of the system. This is where you earn the trust and the right for someone to be interested in what you do. And naturally, this makes it the key point to get right. Think of a long form video as your best performing sales page. What would you want to show them? How would you want to present your business and yourself? You need to think, if someone watches this, I need them to understand who I am, what I do, and what makes us different, and our key philosophies. If you get those key things right, it's not a piece of content anymore. Think of it more like an asset that can sell for you around the clock, even when you're sleeping. Now, if we work to the first step, we have short form. The mistake that we constantly see when people are running short form is they go directly to a CTA. So it could be book a call or straight to a lead magnet. Now, why this doesn't work really effectively is if a short video is between 20 and 40 seconds, for someone to watch that and be ready to actually take a next actionable step when it's high intent, it's going to be very low, the percentage of people that actually do that. So your short form has to grab attention, yes, but the magic part here is the short form should actually lead more to the long form than direct CTAs. So you can do this a couple of ways. The first way, and most people will recognize this, is to take your long form and actually clip up the key moments. But there's an additional thing that you can do here. When you're sitting down to record a long form video, Take the time, it only takes a few minutes to separate out the key points and actually think, how do I convert this into something that grabs attention? So create specific short form scripts that have a hook and also have a clear CTA, which naturally is going to be the long form video. And typically we will see these perform better than if you're just taking clips from the long form. What this allows you to do is create the perfect content week. So picture you have a key topic or key script that is going to be the long form video. You have associated short form videos that push this long form. The magic of the short form video is it's much more digestible across multiple platforms. So think you could put it naturally on YouTube Shorts, but also Instagram works very well. LinkedIn, videos are performing very well at the moment as well. But think of the long form as something you can repurpose as a written asset. So think of the LinkedIn post, think of a blog post. If you want to go down the rabbit hole of X, you can repurpose it in that format. And suddenly, one key idea per week has allowed you to multiply your output and content across multiple platforms and multiple demographics of people and where they sit. And for those of you who might be running paid ads, think of your short form videos as the best market research that you could have. You will be able to see for free what ideas land based on the performance of the videos. And then naturally, if you just analyze that data, you have a great indication of what ads and the messaging that you need to put out there on paid advertising. So you no longer start burning budget in a testing or research phase. You can go straight in and understand these ads will perform very well. So that is the engine. This is where it actually gets interesting. The thing that surprised us most about running long form content engines like this is that they completely changed our sales process and sales calls. We've run everything over the last 4 years. We've run paid ads, we've run cold email, we've run LinkedIn DMs. You name it, we've tried it. But the difference here is those leads usually come in very cold. All we've technically done there is grabbed attention at probably a vulnerable moment for their business where they are in search. They are searching for something and we've arrived and reached out to them at the exact right time. But they are certainly not sold. They have no attachment to us. They have a problem and a pain. However, when a lead comes from a long form video, they've heard how you think, your ideas, how you come across, and they've liked something from that. People turn up ready to buy and actually work with you to fix a problem that they might have. So it's a slightly different chain of events there. People will come in and almost say, how can you help me? Like, what packages do you have? And you can fit around them a little bit more versus people coming in for a sole problem. And then it's very much a trust and pricing decision at that point. The call completely changes from a pitch to more of a conversation of how we can help them. And the numbers really back this up. We close around 70% of booked calls from our content engine. But naturally, the core marketing principle that people should understand is not everyone is going to be ready and booking calls. And that might be for a variety of reasons. It might be just their base personality, where they are in business, or their problem might not be ready to be solved, or they're just not someone who goes on like fact-finding missions, etc. So the basic rule that we like to see here and implement in our businesses is 3% of your target market are typically ready. 97% will be ready at some point in the future. So here's where the scorecard comes in. We use scorecards. If you've not seen one before, it's basically a very engaging, low energy interactive quiz that takes someone from low interest or slight interest into understanding what problems they have and what pains they have, and positions your business in a fantastic way to actually solve these problems. The key here is a lot lower leverage and activation energy than booking in a call. So basically it might be are you a good fit for our service, or are you ready for our service? Something like that works really well here. And one more key bit with a scorecard is it's personalized. I think if I'm going to take a series of questions, my results page is going to be exactly tailored to the answer. Not like any other lead magnet that we use here. Everything is personalized to the prospect based on their live data responses. And we have seen this as probably the number one needle mover when it comes to lead magnets and engaging people who might not have booked a call, especially over these past 4 years for us and our clients. But here's what really changed our thinking on running long form content. If you've run paid ads before, you understand that they decay over a period of time. If we look at LinkedIn posts, for example, I cannot remember the last time I searched for a LinkedIn post longer than a few days ago. And that is very typical across social media platforms. There's statistics out there that says like maybe 98% of all content consumed was produced in the last 24 hours. It's quite a crazy stat. However, the one channel that goes against this grain is long form YouTube content. I will actively, and probably you might as well, you might actively watch videos from months ago, potentially years ago from your favorite creator. So what that means for the videos that you put out there, they are a compounding asset. If we take one of Mitch's videos, I think one of his second videos here, it took a little while to get going, but after a few weeks, it was on 10,000 views. If you look at it now, it is pushing above 15,000 views. This is still booking us sales calls, even though it was from 4 months ago. And part of the system is every video starts stacking on the last. You're gaining more traction, you're gaining more subscribers, and you're more likely for people to watch past videos in which they are assets that still convert even after a period of time. So probably in a summary of why we're taking this bet, reason number one is long form content is probably the only way that you can get 10 minutes of focused attention from prospects who have chosen, they have free will, they have clicked on your video out of free will and watched you for a period of time. You can't buy that level of attention in any other place. Number two is the natural trend against AI generated content. People are going to be wanting to see a real person on camera going through the next 2, 3, 4 years. And number three, it does book calls. Every video is an asset that has the potential to continually grow and compound over time. However, there's one catch, and this is something that has come up when we're speaking to founders running businesses. Building and running a long form content engine is basically a full-time job. As a founder, you are juggling so many jobs and you're making so many time decisions that naturally content can slip down that pecking order. Every person that I speak to, though, understands that as a founder, becoming a key person of influence is really important for the business. If we were to say you were to put out a long form, high quality video every single week for 6 months, it would, of course, be more beneficial to the business than not. But obviously, the hard part about it is everything that goes into making that quality video. So researching, scripting, actually sitting down and recording with a half decent background. Maybe, hopefully you agree with our background here. The actual editing, the posting, the repurposing across multiple platforms. This is something that takes time and time out of founders' day. And consistency is the whole game here. We naturally see founders who might post 3 videos and then stop. We've been victim of that in our own agency when other things take priority. The founders who are winning on YouTube show up every week and etch content as a key thing they cannot put off. So this is where we might be able to come in and help. All you need to bring is your face and your expertise, and our team builds and runs the whole content engine. The only time commitment is probably and roughly around 1 to 2 hours a month, but low leverage, just sitting down in front of a camera and recording a script that has been prepared for you. So if you are a founder that's doing over £20,000 or dollars a month, you're willing to get in front of the camera, you have some great ideas and reasons why your business is special in your given market, here is an offer that might get you started. We are running a free content week. It's completely free. There's no strings attached. There's no contracts behind the scenes. If you're a good fit and you qualify, we will run our content engine for a full week for you. We just want to show you what is possible when your ideas meet a real engine. The link is down below in the description. Feel free to sign up, and if you qualify, we will run it and you will be part of this month's cohort. If you're not quite sure if content, especially long form content, is the right fit for you and your business, you can take our scorecard. We practice what we preach here. It will tell you in under 2 minutes if content will actually be a good fit for your business. The founders who start now will be uncatchable in 2027. Thanks for watching and have a great day.